Alright guys, I'm Robert Hollifield, and here lately I've had a lot of requests for updates on the FRS and how everything's coming along, and I just wanted to give everybody a little insight into what we've been doing. Just been really busy at my main job and I haven't had time to work on this very much. But as you can see, we've got the motor in the car. And everything fit fantastic. There's absolutely, listen, I'm telling you, to get this motor in this car, this is a RB26 DETT. We've converted to a big single turbo. It takes absolutely no cutting. Listen to me, no cutting, no beating, no drilling, no nothing. You have to weld in your motor mounts. You have to make a transmission mount. Other than that, there's no cutting on this car, period. It can all go back to stock at any time with no major modifications. But anyway, we got the motor in the car. The shifter lines up with the factory shifter hole. There was no cutting in the front of the car to get intercooler piping through. I did delete the AC, however, later on I plan on putting that back, and it really is going to be nothing. There's room between the radiator and the engine. If you want to put the fans on the back side, you can put the fans on the back side. Absolutely, overall, one of the easiest swaps I've ever done, especially considering the fact this is a Nissan engine in a Toyota car. I'm telling you, it fits in there fantastic. There's actually even a provision in the driver's side valve cover in the RB26 that the FRS clutch master cylinder fits in perfectly. So when the motor's set in there exactly the way it's supposed to be, the oil pan is level. I know the motor looks tilted, that's the way Nissan made the engine. It's called a slant 6. But the oil pan, when it's set in level and everything's where it's supposed to be, the crank's lined up dead center of the car, the valve cover cutout actually lines up perfect with the factory Toyota clutch master cylinder. Everything about this swap has been just smooth, easy as gold. I actually even used the 240 downpipe. I had to cut it in one place, but it wasn't even in a major place. I just had to cut it at the top a little bit to give it just a little bit more turn. Welded it back together and it went in there perfectly. It clears the steering. There's plenty of room over there for that. My next step though, however, is because this car was drive-by-wire before, it's going to have to now be drive-by-cable, so I have to get a pedal set up to suit that situation. But other than that, this swap's very straightforward. If you have a FRS and you want to get a little bit more power out of it, and you have the funds for an RB26, and you have the time and you have the knowledge to do this swap, then I really encourage you to do so. It's very simple, very straightforward, very easy to do. And I think anybody with basic tools and equipment and the time to do it and the money to do it can do it with ease. I'm going to rate it a 7 or 8 on a difficulty scale. But either way, but keep in mind, I did a rear-wheel drive Integra last year with an RB in it. I'm rating that as a 10. Okay, so take that for what you will. But overall, very happy with it. And like I said, everything fits in there. If once I get this all done and everything's tidied up and everything's painted the way it's supposed to be and everything's wire tucked and whatever else, I really think the average person walking by, if they wasn't a car guru, would say that motor belongs in that car. It's the factory motor, no ifs, ands, or buts. But, you know, the average car guru is going to know. However, I do want to show you guys one thing. Now, keep in mind, I have not cut the cross member whatsoever. We've not moved the front cross member. We've not spaced the cross member down. We have done absolutely nothing but set this motor in the car and make the motor mounts for it. Okay, and there's plenty of clearance between the oil pan and the cross member. At first I thought maybe I'd have to take the sway bar out because it sits way back behind the cross member, and I thought maybe Toyota designed everything kind of around that. That's absolutely not the case. Everything went in this car perfectly fine. I didn't have to remove the cross member to get the motor in there and then put it back or anything. It just went in the car. Okay. So I did want to show you that even after everything's said and done, that hood shuts flawlessly. There was not any cutting, there was no beating, there was no bending, there was no nothing. It fits absolutely perfect. This motor was designed for this car. So if you have an FRS and you have the money and you want some more power, I encourage you, put an RB26 in it and live your dreams. This is Robert Hollifield. I hope you stay tuned in. Hopefully in a couple of weeks I'll have this thing running and we'll get to take it for a test drive. But until then, I hope everybody has a really great next couple of weeks. Rain's supposed to stop shortly. So anyway, this is Robert Hollifield. Tune in next time. Like the video. Subscribe to my channel. Thanks, guys.